Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Akiha's route in Tsukihime. When last we were in Tsukihime, we were finishing off the near side routes with Ciel, and as I mentioned, the far side routes and the near side routes are basically the split choice you have about the focus of the characters. The near side routes focus on outside, they focus on Arkawade, at least to some Arkawade and Roa to some extent, but the near side routes focus on the Tohno household. And as I mentioned last time, at some point close to the end of, if not at the end, in Ciel's route, Arkawade will no longer be making appearances in this visual novel. Unfortunately for you who like Ark, I like Ark, but I love the far side route, so it's fine. I'm fine with it. And Ciel's not going to be making too many appearances. She will appear. She will. But none of the appearances are... No, she's not a huge major player throughout the plot. Let's put it that way. So, without further ado, let's get this started, shall we? And as we have been, I'm not going to read through any repeated scenes. But because we're on a different route, we will be viewing more scenes than we did at the beginning of Ciel's route, because, well, the opening of the near side routes and far side routes are pretty different. So we're going to skip that scene, and we're going to ignore the noise, and instead we are going to go to class. I arrive in class earlier than usual. Phew. I walk to the desk next to the window. Oh, I should apologize in advance for any background noises or random pauses that might happen. It is storming outside, lightning, thunder, heavy wind and rain, and so on and so forth. I'm not complaining too much because I like this kind of weather, but it does make it a bit of an issue for recording, so if there's any random pauses, it's because, or cuts or whatever, it's probably because there was a loud crash of thunder that probably peaked my mic, and I cut it out, or something. So, it is what it is. Good morning, Tohno-kun. An unfamiliar voice greets me. Hey? I turn around, confused. Ah, Sachin. And what voice should we give her? I don't want to give her something too annoying, but something that's, I don't remember if I gave her a voice originally. Whatever. Tohno-kun, the teacher was looking for you. He said he wanted to talk to you about your house. My home? Must be about me moving. I should have finished the formalities yesterday. Perhaps there's something I forgot to do. The girl doesn't move, but stands there looking at me. Good morning, Yumizuka. Yeah, good morning, Tohno-kun. Looks like you remember my name. Sighing with relief, Yumizuka Satsuki gives a faint smile. And I will probably be mispronouncing her name quite a bit, because of joke names that I saw for her a lot. So, I apologize, but it is what it is. I can remember the names of my own classmates, better than I could ever do. It's just that I haven't spoken to you much. Yeah, I was a little nervous about talking to you. Yumizuka smiles again. She seems happy about something. Yumizuka continues to stare at me as if she wants to say something else. To be honest, I don't know her that well. Although we're in the same class, I can count the number of times we've spoken. But Yumizuka Satsuki is the center of attention. She's often the topic of conversation among the boys, and there aren't any bad rumors about her among the girls. In short, she's your typical class idol. Yeah, no, she is. Satsuki's great, but, isn't it sad? Naturally, she's surrounded by a crowd. She's the complete opposite of a loner like me. While I might be able to remember the name Yumizuka Satsuki, there's no reason for her to remember my name, or to remember the name Tohnoshiki. It seems like some bothersome coincidences are at work today. Tohno-kun, Can I ask you a question? If I can answer, you can ask as many as you want. Sorry if it's something personal, but you said you're moving. Are you going to move somewhere far away? Her voice trails off as if it's hard for her to ask. Maybe I should do the voice I used for Sayuri. That's, fucking Persona 5. And technically a bottle of, an empty bottle, I think it's empty, I drank it, of sake I have laying around somewhere, that I really liked the bottle, so I kept, but I didn't really like the sake, because it was dirt cheap. I'm talking like, oh god, it was like I don't remember how much amount-wise it was, but it was like $3 or $4 at absolute most. It was nigiri sake, so it was unfiltered, and I did not like it that much. Although it was okay chilled, I did not like it warmed. But I'm not the biggest sake fan. Maybe if I ever record something that has sake drinking in it, I might, I'm down and drink some sake, because I do like sake. I don't like, that's not true. I can drink sake, and, well, once I'm at a decent level of inebriation, I can drink it just fine. Of course. She claps her hands to stop fidgeting. I know it's sudden, but will you be transferring somewhere? No, I don't like that voice for her. It doesn't fit. I'm changing my residence, but not my school. My new house is still in this town anyway, so it's no big deal. Oh, that's good. Yumizuka sighs with relief. How odd. Why would something like me moving cause that kind of reaction? But are you going to leave the Arimas? Yeah. I enjoyed living with them, but I can't leech off them forever. Huh? How does Yumizuka know that? Yeah, I was about to mention, that's kind of strange. No one of the school should know I was living with the Arimas, except for a certain guy. What's up, Tohno? A carefree, loud voice rings out from the classroom doorway. As if on cue, the guy who's been my friend since middle school appears. It's this douche. I'm kidding. Hey, if it isn't Yumizuka! It's not often I see you talking to Tohno. Morning, Inui-kun. And Yumizuka looks away with an unenthusiastic reply. I guess she isn't the type who'd respond well to a guy like him. Can't blame her. Tohno's picking up chicks? What the hell is going on? I thought you weren't interested in him. Arihiko exclaims his joke loudly. You moron, stop spreading lies. I'm a normal guy. Of course I'm interested in girls. Is that right? Good for you, man. Still, these days, girls find it more amusing if you have a weird sex drive instead. What are you talking about? But they'll only find it amusing and it won't go any further. Seriously, what the fuck are you talking about? His bottomless, cheerful laughter echoes throughout the morning classroom. I let out another sigh. I once again wonder, like I have many times before, how I ended up knowing this person. His hair dyed orange, ears pierced, his vicious glare that shouts he will pick a fight with anyone, anytime, and his wearing of rebellious clothes. Inui-kun is the only free-spirited outlaw in our university-oriented high school. Do you have to be so loud this early in the morning? I'm depressed about all sorts of stuff, so stay away from me today, okay? I wave my hands to shoo him away. Depressed? What's wrong, man? Is it that time of the month? Wait, I take that back. Rather than just for today, stay away from me for the rest of my life. My depression only gets worse with you around. Now, we dealt with a lot of depression in Doki Doki Literature Club. Ignoring Arihiko, I head back to my own desk. Dropping my bag and taking a seat, I stretch my back. Hey, you can't just ignore other people like that, Tohno. You're gonna hurt people with that careless attitude of yours. Oh, that's news to me. Isn't there some way I can kill them instead? If you can tell me how, I'll repay you by trying it out on you. Actually, technically, yes you can, but we don't need to talk about that right now. That's cold, man. Aren't you just a little nastier than usual this morning? Didn't I tell you I'm depressed? Other people aside, I'm certainly not showing any kindness to you. No, we can't be depressed right now. We need to save that for, well, we'll get there eventually. Arihiko sighs. Why are you only mean to me, Tohno? Well, I guess to be fair, Ark isn't here, so we can't be mean to her, so we have to take it on somebody. You're like a saint to everyone else. It's not fair. What, you just figured that out? The world's unfair. You really are only mean to me. Arihiko gives another exaggerated sigh. I didn't try particularly hard to be cold to Arihiko. That's just the kind of relationship we have. So, Arihiko, who's a chronically late night owl who never shows up until second period, doing here in homeroom? It's a little... no, it's very odd. I was thinking that too. I guess being at school on time isn't just for when I happen to wake up early. Well, I won't comment on your hobbies, but what I'm asking is why you woke up early. Why I woke up early? I guess it's because I can't stay out late since all the fuss started, so I actually go to sleep at night now. You heard the stories about that serial killer, haven't you? I see. I'm gonna think of it, and I did hear something like that. I feel a tinge of regret at needing Arihiko to remind me. For the past 2 or 3 days, I had been debating whether or not to return to the Tohno household, so I completely lost touch with the news. What was that again? They've given it some really nasty name, like the freakish serial killings or something. That's a dumb name. That is a dumb name. Shame on you, Shiki. There's more to it. So far, all the victims have been young girls. The 8th victim was found only 2 days ago. And to top it all off, they were all... Wait, what happened to them again? Arihiko tilts his head in contemplation. I'm an idiot for asking him. Yeah, I remember now. All the victims were cut up into pieces and arranged in a pattern or something. No, Inui-kun. Everyone was killed, lost a lot of blood. Oh yeah, that was it. They said it was some kind of modern-day vampire or something. You sure know a lot about this, Yumizuka-san. Not really. It's happening in this town, so it's in the news. You'd remember it even if you didn't want to. I see. I thought it was happening in a neighboring town, but I guess it moved down here. Well, anyway, that's what happened. Even I wouldn't be going out on the street at night with a serial killer walking around. That's why I've been waking up at 7 lately. What, that's it? Having a good reason doesn't make it a good story. Where's the fun in that? Man, you're cold. What, did you collapse from anemia already this morning? I'm alright, thanks for asking. If I was anemic 24 hours a day, I'd be dead by now. Yeah, you're right. If you say you're okay, then I guess you're okay. And the bell rings, interrupting our conversation. Hey, class is about to begin. Hurry up and get back to your seat. With a yeah, Arihiko goes back to his seat. See you later, Tohno-kun. I'll decide on a voice for her eventually. I'm sure. Yeah. Sorry for keeping you, Yumizuka-san. Her light footsteps tap across the floor as she returns to her desk. Second period is over. Our homeroom teacher, who is also our math teacher, calls out to me as he leaves. Tohno, your documents are missing some details. Please go visit the office. It shouldn't take long, so I'll head to the office before third period starts. The office is on the first floor. The second-year classroom is on the 3rd floor, but I could make it so I could make it back before 3rd period starts if I ran. I run. And run. And The impact floors me with a thud. My head hits something, and the world swims before my eyes. Ow. I hear a voice nearby. It's a woman's voice I've never heard before. It looks like I ran into someone. I'm sorry, are you alright? I still can't see my surroundings too well, but I apologize to the person I hit. Yes, I'm alright. How about you? Are you okay? There's no trace of accusation in that gentle voice. I don't know who she is, but it seems like she's worried about me. Yeah, I'm okay. I shake my head and stand up. Finally, I can see clearly. Hey, Ciel. Are you really alright? Your forehead is swelling up. I feel a prickle of pain when I try to touch it with my hand. Just like she said, I'm developing a magnificent lump. I am so sorry. I was not paying attention to where I was going. Your forehead must really hurt, right? The female student gazes unapologetically at my face. From the formal way she spoke, I assumed she was a first year, but from the color of her ribbon, I see she's a 3rd year. In other words, my senpai. No, it's fine, really. I'm the one at fault. I'm sorry for bumping into you, senpai. I lower my head in a bow. Come to think of it, you're right. You shouldn't be running down the hallways, you know. There are people like me spaced out while looking down at the courtyard. Yes, I'll be more careful. Are you alright, senpai? Yes, I only fell. It's because you ran into the wall while trying to avoid hitting me, Tohno-kun. Really? No wonder I'm seeing stars. I'm lucky to get off with just a bump after running into a wall at that speed. Sorry about that, but spacing out in the hallway is also dangerous, senpai. Yes, I'll be a little more careful. Smiling, her senpai smiles and nods. It's an honest smile. Excuse me, I'd best be going. Beating the dust off my pants, I begin walking towards the office. But the older student continues to watch me through her glasses. Wait, just who is she? I was distracted because I ran into her, but come to think of it, she's beautiful. If she's this beautiful, the male students would be talking about a 3rd-year beauty wearing glasses. I'm going now. You should go back to your classroom too, senpai. If you're in any pain, please come to my classroom. I'm Tohno from 2nd year, 3rd class. I'll take responsibility. She nods. Even though she's older than me, it's like dealing with someone younger. Alright. If anything happens, I'll come to your classroom at lunchtime. Remember, Shiki-kun, you mustn't run in the hallways. Okay, but you shouldn't space out in the hallways either, senpai. With that, I wave my hand and leave. Wait, Shiki-kun? I haven't told her my first name. Come to think of it, she did use my name earlier too, didn't she? Have I met you before, senpai? Senpai cries out in surprise and mischievously puts on a depressed face. You're terrible, Tohno-kun. You've forgotten about me? Forgotten? No, I didn't think so. If I ever got myself involved with a beautiful woman like her, there'd be no way I'd forget. She looks up at me reproachfully. Those eyes, I'm sure I remember from somewhere, don't I? Come to think of it, we exchanged greetings once or twice before, didn't we? Ciel senpai, right? I say her name apprehensively. Yes, and I'm glad you remember. You seem the type to space out and forget, Tohno-kun. I don't think I space out, but there's nothing I can do about the fact that I forgot. Well then, goodbye. Let's meet again at lunchtime. Ciel-senpai bows again. I watch her walk down the hallway. And man, what a view. No, I'm kidding. Well, I guess technically that her joke thing is her ass. Let me think. For the characters that are mentioned in that sort of light in Tsukihime, and this is pretty much what happens if you read too much shit about it online and forums and shit. Arc is breasts, Ciel is ass, Akiha is I could say lollybait because she's not exactly lollybait. She's what is it? What term do I want to? She's known for being flat and being well, let's just say she has a complex about it. And then the maids are, well, they're known for being maids, and Sachin is known for, well, being sad. Anyway, it's lunchtime. You can just ignore that conversation. I'm rambling about stuff that doesn't matter because I've read what is it? Take Moon and Carnival Phantasm, and I've been on forums, Type Moon type related forums too much because I fucking love Tsukihime and Fate Stay Night. Oh well, it's lunchtime. Now then, where should I eat lunch? Oh, well, this is a bit earlier than I thought it would. I should have rambled more. No, I shouldn't. Nobody wants to listen to that. Oh, anyway, I think this, ladies and gentlemen, is where we're going to end off the first episode of Akiha's Route. Next time, we're going to have lunch. We are going to, we're going to get more regard with Akiha, of course. Oh, I didn't mention the first choice. If we ignore the sound, we actually get points with Akiha, surprisingly enough. How she knows that fucking beats me, but we got points for doing it. So we are already on track for the Akiha ending. Hooray! But next time, lunch. I hope to see you all there.